Namaskar.
All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Anuja Kumar, and with me is Subhadra Ramachandran. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to participate in Ayodhya Deepotsav this evening. Over 3.5 crore poor families got houses under PM Awas Yojana in last 8 years, says Prime Minister. ISRO's heaviest rocket LVM-3 successfully places 36 satellites of UK-based OneWeb into orbits. Indian Space Agency likely to launch Chandrayaan-3 in June next year. 7th Ayurveda Day being celebrated worldwide today. Financial Action Task Force adds Myanmar to its blacklist. Cyclone Sitarang heading towards Bangladesh, likely to trigger rainfall in northeast, West Bengal and Odisha. Shooter Swapnil Kosale wins India's third Paris 2024 Olympics quota. And in cricket, India to take on Pakistan in their opening encounter of T20 World Cup in Melbourne this afternoon. And now the news in detail. The famous Deepotsav function on the occasion of Diwali will be celebrated in Ayodhya, Uttar Pradesh in the evening today. Deepotsav is being held for 6 consecutive years and the scale has increased with each celebration. All temples, even those in narrow lanes and by-lanes of Ayodhya, will be decorated and illuminated on Deepotsav in the evening today. The main event will be presided over by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He will reach Ayodhya this evening to take part in the Deepotsav function on the eve of Deepavali. The Prime Minister will perform darshan and puja of Bhagwan Shri Ram Lalla Virajman, followed by inspection of Shri Ram Janmabhoomi Teerth Kshetra site. Mr. Modi will perform the Rajya Abhishek of symbolic Bhagwan Shri Ram. He will also witness the Aarti at New Ghat Saryu River, which will be followed by the kickstart of the Grand Deepotsav celebrations by the Prime Minister. This year, the 6th edition of Deepotsav is being held, and it is for the first time that the Prime Minister will be participating in person in the celebrations. More from our correspondent.
Welcoming tourists and devotees across the world on the occasion of Deepotsav, the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath, said in his message that this Deepotsav of New Uttar Pradesh carries the message of Atmanirbharta and Swadeshi. Meanwhile, preparation for the Grand Deepotsav are in full swing in the city of Lord Rama. Sanitation and cleanliness drive has started from early morning in the city. Commissioner Navdeep Rinwa said over 15 lakh diyas will be lit at Ram Ki Paidi. Besides these, 3 to 4 lakh diyas will be lit at temple in Ayodhya. Dilip Shukla, AIR News, Ayodhya.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi participated in the Grih Pravesh of more than 4.5 lakh beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin or PMAYG in Madhya Pradesh via video conferencing and inaugurated the houses built under PM Awas Yojana. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Modi said that under PMAYG, more than 3.5 crore poor families have got new houses in the last 8 years. The Prime Minister said his government is committed to the poor and marginalized. Be it toilet, electricity, water or gas, we have included every facility to cater their needs in PM Awas Yojana, Mr. Modi said.
ये हमारी सरकार का सौभाग्य है कि बीते 8 वर्षों में वो पीएम आवास योजना के तहत 3.5 करोड़ गरीब परिवारों की जिंदगी का सबसे बड़ा सपना पूरा कर पाई है। और ऐसा नहीं है हमने ऐसे ही घर बनाकर दे दिए, 4 दीवारें खड़ी करके दे दिए। हमारी सरकार गरीबों को समर्पित है, गरीबों की है। इसलिए गरीब की इच्छा, उसके मन, उसकी जरूरतों को सबसे ज्यादा समझती है। हमारी सरकार जो घर देती है ना, उसमें बाकी सुविधाएं भी साथ होती हैं। शौचालय हो, बिजली हो, पानी हो, गैस हो।
The main aim of the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin is to provide permanent houses with some of the basic amenities. Clarifying the intention of the government to provide maximum facilities to the farmers, Mr. Modi said the government is converting all food distribution shops into Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samriddhi Kendras. He said now every material for the use of farmers will be available in these centers. To solve the problem faced by the farmers in the selection of urea fertilizers, the Prime Minister has announced that all fertilizers will soon be available with the name Bharat.
आज महंगी खाद खरीदनी पड़ रही है। यूरिया, जिसके एक बैग की कीमत आज 2000 रुपये से ज्यादा है, उसे हम किसानों को सिर्फ 266 रुपये में उपलब्ध करा रहे हैं। 2000 रुपये की बैग 300 रुपये से भी कम रुपयों में दे देते हैं, किसानों पर बोझ ना पड़े। इसलिए इस वर्ष सरकार 2 लाख करोड़ रुपये से ज्यादा खर्च इसके पीछे कर रही है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched a mega recruitment drive for 10 lakh personnel, handing over appointment letters to 75,000 newly inducted appointees for various posts of the central government. The Prime Minister said this is another step to provide employment opportunities to youth. He says several steps have been taken by the government to provide employment and self-employment opportunities in the last 8 years.
बीते 8 वर्षों में पहले भी लाखों युवाओं को नियुक्ति पत्र दिए गए हैं, लेकिन इस बार हमने तय किया कि इकट्ठे नियुक्ति पत्र देने की परंपरा भी शुरू की जाए, ताकि डिपार्टमेंट में भी टाइम बाउंड प्रक्रियाएं पूरा करने और निर्धारित लक्ष्यों को जल्द से पार करने का एक सामूहिक स्वभाव बने, सामूहिक प्रयास।
Indian Space Research Organisation ISRO has launched its first dedicated commercial mission of Launch Vehicle Mark III LVM-3 M2 satellite successfully in the wee hours today from the Satish Dhawan Space Centre, Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh. Speaking after the launch, Chairperson of ISRO S. Somnath said that it is a happy Diwali for all those at SHAR Centre as the launch was successful and the separation of the satellites were precisely done. He said all the satellites are in accurate intended orbits. Chairman and Managing Director of New Space India Limited, NSIL, D. Radhakrishnan said that ISRO had executed the complicated mission in a style in a period of 3 to 4 months. He said that through this mission, ISRO's technical capability was remarkable and highly professional. Mission Director Thaddeus Bhaskaran said that the mission team had undertaken a stupendous task in coordinating with the customer and processed the requirements to the best of its ability and made the entire schedule successful. The OneWeb constellation will operate in a LEO polar orbit and will be arranged in 12 rings with 49 satellites in each plane in the process of building up a constellation. Each satellite will complete a full trip around the Earth every 109 minutes. A total of 588 satellites will be in full service once the constellation is completed. The mission will enhance telecommunication and related services. The next Chandrayaan mission will take place next year, according to Chairman ISRO Somnath. Speaking to the media after the launch at Sriharikota, he informed that a new launch pad will be built at Kulasekarapattinam in Tamil Nadu soon. Speaking to the media, Sunil Mittal of OneWeb said, LVM-3 launch by ISRO will boost the confidence at international level to look out for commercial satellite launches. Our correspondent reports that India had a bright future in launching the next generation satellites.
All the 36 satellites of OneWeb were slung into the orbit in batches of 4 beginning 20 minutes after the liftoff from the second launch pad of the Space Center at Sriharikota. The rocket roared into the midnight sky with orange flames, pushing it steadily with thunderous reverberations brightening the sky for a few seconds of the skyline. The performance of the rocket was absolutely normal as it stepped into the orbit in a textbook-style precision. Scientists and the dignitaries, including Sunil Mittal and family, joined the celebrations at the Space Center as the mission proved successful in all the stages. Joy, AN News, Chennai.
Indian Space Research Organization ISRO is likely to launch its Chandrayaan-3 mission in June next year. The development was confirmed by ISRO Chief Dr. S. Somnath today while addressing the media after 36 communication satellites were launched by the space agency. He said Chandrayaan-3 is almost ready.
Chandrayaan-3 is almost ready. The final integration and testing are almost completed, but there are still a few more simulation and tests pending, and because of that we want to do it a little later, and currently there were 2 slots available, one in February and another in June, and we would like to take the June slot for the launch.
The 7th Ayurveda Day will be celebrated worldwide today at a grand scale. Dhanvantri Jayanti is being celebrated as Ayurveda Day since 2016 to promote the country's most ancient and well-documented system of medicine. The main event will be held in New Delhi and various programs will be organized across the country. This year, Indian missions and embassies will also organize programs in their respective countries. This year's Ayurveda Day is being celebrated with the theme Har Din Har Ghar Ayurveda to propagate benefits of Ayurveda to larger and grassroots community. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said in the recent years, India's traditional medicines and yoga have drawn global attention. He also shared his recent speech at the Global Ayush Summit 2022 at Gandhinagar, Gujarat.
पूरी दुनिया में आयुष प्रोडक्ट्स की मांग बढ़ रही है, उससे ये ग्रोथ आने वाले वर्षों में और ज्यादा बढ़ेगी. नेशनल सप्लीमेंट्स हो, मेडिसिन्स का सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट हो, आयुष आधारित डायग्नोस्टिक टूल्स हो या फिर टेलीमेडिसिन, हर तरफ इन्वेस्टमेंट और इनोवेशन की नई संभावनाएं हैं.
Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana has significantly reduced patients' out-of-pocket expenditure. It has helped in savings of 18,000 crore rupees for the citizens in the last 8 years. In a tweet, Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia said, government is committed to ensuring good quality and affordable healthcare for all. The scheme ensures easy reach of affordable quality medicines to the people in every nook and corner of the country. More than 8,700 Jan Aushadhi stores have been opened across the country, covering almost every district. The government has set a target to increase the number of Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Kendras to 10,500 by the end of March 2025. You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to participate in Ayodhya Deepotsav this evening. Over 3.5 crore poor families got houses under PM Awas Yojana in last 8 years, says Prime Minister. ISRO's heaviest rocket, LVM-3, successfully places 36 satellites of UK-based OneWeb into orbits. Indian Space Agency likely to launch Chandrayaan-3 in June next year. 7th Ayurveda Day being celebrated worldwide today. Financial Action Task Force adds Myanmar to its blacklist. Cyclone Sitarang heading towards Bangladesh, likely to trigger rainfall in northeast, West Bengal and Odisha. Shooter Swapnil Kosale wins India's third Paris 2024 Olympics quota. And in cricket, India to take on Pakistan in their opening encounter of T20 World Cup in Melbourne this afternoon. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
कंपटीशन की अगर आप कर रहे हैं तैयारी, तो उनके लिए ऑल इंडिया रेडियो पर हम लाए हैं अभ्यास, एक ऐसा कार्यक्रम जिसमें आप पूछेंगे सवाल व्हाट्सएप नंबर 9289094044 पर या फिर ईमेल करेंगे abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर और हमारे विशेषज्ञ देंगे इसका जवाब. आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख.
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
Welcome back to the morning news on All India Radio. The Financial Action Task Force FATF has added Myanmar to the list of high-risk countries known as blacklist with strategic deficiencies in regimes to counter money laundering, terrorist financing and proliferation financing. Myanmar is the third country to be added in this list along with North Korea and Iran. Myanmar was added to the FATF list of high-risk countries for its failure to address strategic deficiencies as committed by it in February 2020. FATF called upon its member states to apply due diligence measures in financial dealings with Myanmar proportionate to the risk without hindering flow of funds for humanitarian assistance, legitimate non-profit organization activity and remittances. It called upon Myanmar to take steps to demonstrate an increase in freezing and seizing and confiscation of criminal proceeds and property of equivalent value. Countries like Myanmar included in the list of jurisdictions subject to a call for action are required to take steps to counter money laundering, terrorist financing and financing of proliferation. The meeting of the FATF under the presidency of Singapore concluded yesterday. Delegates from over 200 jurisdictions of the global network participated in the discussions at its headquarters in Paris. The cyclone Sitarang, which is heading towards Bangladesh, is likely to trigger rainfall in northeast, West Bengal and Odisha. India Meteorological Department has predicted that the cyclone will cross Bangladesh coast between Tinkona Island and Sandweep around Tuesday morning. Its impact will be felt in Odisha and West Bengal. Both states will see moderate to heavy rainfall beginning today. North-East region is also likely to experience moderate rains during Diwali. Tripura and various other state governments in the northeastern region have asked the district and disaster management authorities to make advanced precautionary measures to deal with the cyclonic situations. Since sea conditions will be rough, fishermen have been advised not to venture into sea along and off Odisha, West Bengal and Bangladesh coasts from till Wednesday. National Crisis Management Committee on Friday reviewed the preparedness of the central and state agencies. National Disaster Response Force has made its team available to the states.
Over the past 75 years since independence, India's largest public service broadcaster, All India Radio, has been the proverbial storyteller for crores of people across the country. All India Radio celebrating 75 years of freedom with the series Azad Bharat Ki Baat, Akashvani Ke Saath. It showcases the journey of India since independence in various walks of life through the storytelling of All India Radio. In today's episode, we bring you the story of All India Radio's role in propagation of sports.
All India Radio has played a big role in the propagation of sports across the country through its live commentary. Whether it is about cricket, football or hockey, All India Radio covers every small and big tournament, bringing the excitement of the games to its listeners in every corner of the country. Listeners fell in love with sport through radio commentary. Then there was no television, there was no internet. They created a world only from the radio commentators' words. Radio cricket commentary in India started in the early 1940s when All India Radio Bombay invited Adishit Furdoji Sorabji Bobby Talyar Khan, popularly known as AFST, for his columns in the newspapers.
But to lower these feats came along Vijay Hazare, who at Adelaide in 1948 recorded 100 in each innings of a test.
All India Radio invited the likes of Berry, Sabdak Hikari, Pearson Surita of Calcutta, Devraj Puri, and Vizi Maharaj Kumar of Vizianagaram to do English cricket commentaries. In the 50s, the best commentators were Devraj Puri, Berry and Pearson, who in the late 50s and early 60s were joined by Dicky Rutnagar and Vijay Merchant. All of them had played the game and had good language and vocal skills. sports commentary is incomplete without naming Melville DeMello and Jasdev Singh.
अब्बास भारतीय डी में और उन्होंने सेंटर की, लेकिन उससे पहले सुरजीत ने खूबसूरती से अजीत पाल ने गेंद अपने डी में से बाहर कर दी बाएं फ्लैंक में, और ये खेल खत्म। भारत 2-1 से जीत गया। भारत विश्व हॉकी चैंपियन है। और ये समाचार मैं मेलविल डिमेलो के साथ आपको कोलालमपुर से देता हूं 2-1 से।
The late 50s saw the emergence of Hindi cricket commentaries which took the game of cricket to the hinterlands. Ravi Chaturvedi and Joga Rao became popular commentators in the late 60s and 70s. These commentators were later joined by Manish Deb, Sushil Doshi, Skan Gupt and M.M. Manjul in the 80s and 90s. The 70s and 80s saw commentators like Anant Setalvad, Suresh Saraiya and Raj Singh Dungarpur. Akashvani Samachar brings the sports news of the day to the listeners through its program Sports Can, which is broadcast every day at 7:20 p.m.
नमस्कार, गुड इवनिंग, शुभ संध्या दोस्तों। स्वागत है आपका अपने ही कार्यक्रम स्पोर्ट्स कैन में। अगले 15 मिनट खेल जगत की ढेर सारी खबरें होंगी। स्वीकार कीजिए लवलीन निगम का नमस्कार।
आज के स्पोर्ट्स कैन के इस अंक के साथ मैं हूं आपका होस्ट और दोस्त सिद्धार्थ सिंह।
नमस्कार, स्पोर्ट्स स्कैन के आज के संस्करण में आप सबका बहुत बहुत स्वागत। खेल जगत की तमाम खबरों का लेखा जोखा लेकर मैं हूं नवीन सक्सेना।
नमस्कार, स्पोर्ट्स कैन में आप सभी का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। मैं हूं आनंद श्रीवास्तव।
During the Tokyo Olympics, to engage people through All India Radio News and to cheer the sportspersons, Olympic quiz Akashvani Samachar ke saath was started with AIR News, which attracted a large number of listeners from across the country and abroad. Listeners not only took part in this quiz, but also conveyed their best wishes to Indian athletes to win medals for the country. Similar quizzes were also conducted during the Commonwealth Games.
नमस्कार, मैं समीक्षा शाल्वी रांची झारखंड की रहने वाली हूं और मैं ऑल इंडिया रेडियो के स्पोर्ट्स स्कैन कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स क्विज की विजेता चुनी जाने पर अति उत्साहित हूं। मैं ऑल इंडिया रेडियो की नियमित श्रोता हूं, जिसका प्रसारण मुझे बहुत ही सटीक और ज्ञानवर्धक लगता है और इसके लिए मैं ऑल इंडिया रेडियो का धन्यवाद करती हूं।
Senior sports journalist Mona Parthasarthi has appreciated the role of All India Radio in bringing sports news to the remotest place of the country.
All India Radio or Akashvani has touched almost every aspect of our lives and sport is no exception. Actually, Akashvani and sports have long and deep connection. We grew up hearing stories about how people used to stick to their radios when Indian hockey team was performing in Olympics, and that was the only medium to know about their performances, and that was the golden period of Indian hockey. Then today also, though we have many mediums like social media, television, mobile phone, but still the charm of All India Radio or Akashvani remains the same. There are many programs like Sports Can, quizzes, commentary, which have contributed immensely to popularize sport across the country and develop the sporting culture which we always talk about.
Chinese President Xi Jinping, also the General Secretary of China's ruling Communist Party, has secured an unprecedented third term. The decision came on the concluding day of the 20th National Congress of the party in Beijing. Veteran heavyweights including Premier Li Qingyang and Wang Yang and head of the top political advisory body have lost their positions in a major shake-up in the party.
Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida and his Australian counterpart Anthony Albanese agreed to boost practical defense cooperation between the two nations amid growing assertiveness by China in the Asia-Pacific region. Japanese Prime Minister, who is on a 3-day visit to Australia, signed a joint declaration with Mr. Albanese. In the declaration, Japan and Australia have agreed to take action against countries violating international rules and norms. In the latest declaration, the two leaders confirmed the significance of a free and open Indo-Pacific, a vision advocated by former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. In 2007, Abe and the then Australian Prime Minister John Howard had signed a document that recognized common strategic interests and security benefits embodied in their respective alliance relationships with the United States. Japan imports natural gas, iron ore, and other vital resources from Australia, making it a key partner.
Over to some sports news. Indian shooter Swapnil Kosale won India's third Paris 2024 Olympics quota place at the ongoing Issf World Championship in Cairo, Egypt yesterday. It was Kosale's fourth place finish in the men's 50-meter rifle three-position event that earned him the quota. Kosale, who shot a qualification score of 593 to qualify for the 8th shooter final at the second spot, was in contention for the gold medal match too, but a low 8.2 in his final shot in the 8th series in the final denied him a medal. He is also an ISSF World Cup gold medalist. Rudham Sangwan missed a quota place narrowly in the women's 25-meter pistol as India also picked up two more medals on the day with a 1-2 finish in the 10-meter air pistol mixed team junior competition. India's tally from the World Championship now stands at 32 medals, including 12 gold, 8 silver, 12 bronze medals, and they remain firmly in second place behind China in the standings. India will begin its campaign at the T20 World Cup with a match against Pakistan at the Melbourne Cricket Ground MCG at 1:30 p.m. Indian time today. India and Pakistan last met at 2022 Asia Cup in Dubai, where both the teams won a match each. All India Radio will broadcast ball-by-ball commentary of the match between India and Pakistan alternately in Hindi and English from 1 p.m. It will be available on FM Rainbow, Indraprasth and other channels. In the opening match of the Super 12 stage, New Zealand beat defending champion Australia by 89 runs yesterday. Chasing a target of 201 runs, Australia were all out in 17.1 overs. For New Zealand, Sadi and Santner bagged 3 wickets each. Put into bat, New Zealand scored 200 runs for the loss of 3 wickets in the stipulated 20 overs. For Australia, Hazelwood scalped 2 wickets. In the second match, England beat Afghanistan by 5 wickets. Chasing a target of 113 runs, England scored the required runs in 18.1 overs.
Now let's have a look at the weather across the country today. National capital Delhi will have mainly clear sky. Temperature will hover between minimum of 17 degrees and maximum of 32 degrees Celsius. Mumbai is likely to have mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature was 24 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 34 degrees. Kolkata will have partly cloudy sky. Minimum temperature was 24 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 32 degrees. Chennai is expected to have thunderstorm with rain. Minimum temperature was 25 degrees Celsius and maximum will be around 32 degrees. Jammu, Srinagar and Muzaffarabad will have mainly clear sky. Leh will also have mainly clear sky. In the south, Hyderabad will have partly cloudy sky with haze. Bengaluru will have partly cloudy sky. Thiruvananthapuram will have generally cloudy sky with a few spells of rain or thunder showers. In the northeast, while Guwahati and Gangtok will have mainly clear sky, Agartala will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. All the dailies are mentioned about the Rozgar Mela launched by Prime Minister yesterday. Modi sets off mission 10 lakh jobs, offers letters to 75,000, writes the Pioneer. Hindustan Times cites the Prime Minister's Ayodhya visit under the headline 1.8 million diyas to be lit as Modi to lead the Potsav. The Tribune notes ISRO all set for first commercial launch of 36 satellites today. Top consulting firms seek to get gender balance right with 35-40% women across board, reports Economic Times. The Sunday Express writes, after EC, now CAG works to red flag freebies state lodges. IITians script a success story with Super 40 Institute in Ranchi is a headline in The Hindu. Odisha to hold all job exams for state services in Odia, writes the Asian Age. And finally, a headline in the Times of India gives an interesting fact and writes, from Iran to Azerbaijan, 84 Hyderabad across the world.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to participate in Ayodhya Deepotsav this evening. Over 3.5 crore poor families got houses under PM Awas Yojana in last 8 years, says Prime Minister. ISRO's heaviest rocket LVM-3 successfully places 36 satellites of UK-based OneWeb into orbits. Indian Space Agency likely to launch Chandrayaan-3 in June next year. 7th Ayurveda Day being celebrated worldwide today. Financial Action Task Force adds Myanmar to its blacklist. Cyclone Sitarang heading towards Bangladesh, likely to trigger rainfall in northeast, West Bengal and Odisha. Indian shooter Swapnil Kosale wins India's third Paris 2024 Olympics quota, and in cricket, India to take on Pakistan in their opening encounter of T20 World Cup in Melbourne. And with that we end the morning news. Have a nice day.